I started playing World of Warcraft 5 weeks ago. I initially never got into World of Warcraft because I was afraid that it was going to be too good, and I now know this to be true. The goal was to get level 60 and to join OnlyFans in order to do the raids on Molten Core and everything else. And I had an amazing time. But the journey isn't over, though it is over for my first character. My mage died at level 56 on Christmas Day, which sucks. It really sucks. But it doesn't change my mindset on hardcore. Hardcore is an unforgiving mistress, but it gave the whole journey so much meaning. Whereas otherwise I might be thinking, well, I don't know if I can do this challenge, so I'll just run it over and over again. Now I'm thinking any moment could be my last. And you try to prepare for that moment all the time. If I get in trouble, I'm gonna Frost Nova. If I get in trouble, I'm gonna Ice Block, Cold Snap, Ice Block, Speed Potion, Invis Potion, Free Action Potion. Which, by the way, I don't even remember what it does. I didn't have a Petrification Potion. If I get in trouble in a dungeon, I'm gonna leave party and phase out and Hearthstone automatically after 60 seconds. And I'm gonna get on an invincible spot in order to have an evasion spot so the creeps don't attack me anymore. Or maybe we'll kill all the mobs together. We'll all press the right buttons. In Warcraft 3, if I make a mistake and I get into a losing position and I lose, I can try again in 10 minutes. And again, and again, and again. And in World of Warcraft, it takes 240 hours to make a mistake and lose the game. At least it did so for my second character. And so now, if I want to get in the same situation again and try to do better, it may take me another 200 hours. And that's pretty crazy. And that makes it pretty hard to learn the game on World of Warcraft on hardcore. But you try anyway. And it's been such a fun journey. And I kind of want to talk about what happened, where did it go wrong, and what I'm going to do going forward and how it felt when it went wrong. So on this fateful evening, 25th of December on Christmas Day, I went into a dungeon, BRD, Blackrock Depths, with a couple of good friends of mine. Dendy, Anifusia, and two of my viewers, Milkheart and Earth. Only one of us survived going into that dungeon, and that sucks. But surprisingly, even though it is the end of my character and the end of that journey, I didn't feel that bad on the evening of, because I feel like we did what we can. All of us wanted to survive, we all wanted to save each other, and although you can think of so many improvements any one of us could have done in order to maybe be safer and get out of it alive, and there's so many ways definitely that we could have, in that moment we all tried our best, we all wanted to live, we all wanted to help each other, and that's what matters. And I don't want to get it too much into what should have been or what could have been. Instead, if I get in a similar situation, I can try to remind myself of evasion spots, and if I don't know them, I can look them up on YouTube. And I can try to practice and memorize my threat response when we get in trouble. If you haven't seen the clip yet, I'm gonna link it in the description. Initially, I thought that I was the one that AoE pulled. It was a bit hectic. It started with Dendy mentioned something about loot, so I looked at the loot table for the upcoming boss. Then, while I was still in the loot screen, we were already fighting mobs, so I quickly jumped into it. And then, when we killed the second mob, I was still looking at loot because it was all going a little bit too fast for me. I think we had all gotten a little complacent, probably. Someone said, make sure not to AoE, and I did, and then I saw a pull happening on the high ground with multiple mobs coming in, and initially, I thought that was my pull. Now, I've watched my death several times since, and our death on many clip channels, something that was a fun daily habit before it included our deaths. It wasn't as fun the morning after, but I've seen it, and maybe it wasn't me that pulled the mobs, but the important thing for me to remember is that it could have been me maybe that would have solved the pull. I'm not saying it should have been, but it could have been. There are spells we could have cast, there are calls we could have done, and this is a great learning moment, and to me that's what matters most. We could have pulled them around the corner, line of sighted them, and then blow them up together. There weren't that many elites. But at the end of the day, I had never been here before, and I hadn't done enough maybe mental preparation what we're gonna do going into this room. It didn't feel that bad in a way, because I've really been liking the experience of playing World of Warcraft, and I figured, okay, I'm gonna just try again, and I'm gonna go back into the journey, and I'll go on a new character, and I'm looking forward to trying a new character, and this is all true. And it would have been great to reach level 60 and have my account there and have my mage be there. But in the end, I can't just think of the one moment it went wrong. I think of all the moments where I nearly died as well on my character. When Pissjob saved me from the ogres. Or when I was 1 HP, when I was level 7, when Pissjob nearly griefed me, trying to kill a level 12 bat. There were so many moments where I nearly died, when I fell down the pirate shaft. I didn't fall down the pirate shaft, When I fell down the boat, in the pirate hold of a boat, and the pirates all hit me on the Z-axis. Yeah, a pirate ship. When I fell down the pirate ship, that's what I meant. At the end of the day, I could have died 5 or 10 times earlier due to any one of my mistakes, or coincidence, or someone else's mistake, but mostly mine. And so I'm grateful for the time that I've got to get all the way to level 56. There is a lot to learn in World of Warcraft, and I enjoy learning all those things. And now I'm going to be seeing the game from a different direction, because I'm going to be playing as a Tauren Druid. So let's talk a little bit about why I'm changing faction and why I'm changing class, and also how it felt to have had my character die in the days after the 25th of Christmas, because I am currently on the 27th. So initially I thought, let's just go again and so on, but then in the next morning I actually felt a lot worse. Waking up knowing that my character was dead really sucked. And I had kind of gotten into this habit in the morning to log into my character with a sense of gratefulness that my grubby level 56 mage character is still alive. It had kind of become a daily habit. I would log in and I would sort through my materials, my mithril ore, and I would go through my gold, and I'll send some things to my alternate bank account, and then that bank account would send it back to me, and I would go to Gadgetsan, or I would go to Undercity or Orgrimmar, and I would do some crafting and level up my skills. It was fun, and I was becoming really proud of my character that had leveled up cooking to nearly 300, mining was getting closer, engineering, fishing. And that's just all the skills that my character learned. I had so much loot, I had so much filled bags, and a filled quest log, and a filled bank, and I had so much gold. Now, I saved some of that to my bank alt. I probably saved about 150 gold, which should give me a nice jump start going forward. But I invested a lot into that character. Nearly 10 days of playtime, so nearly 250 hours of playtime. And that's just where I was gaming, not thinking about the game and what I'm going to be doing in that day. So I felt a sense of loss in the morning. Also the fact that Annie and 2 of my viewers lost their character as well was not great. But I know we all did our best, and so in the end I had to make peace with it. Then I had a great Christmas celebration yesterday with family, where I got to see a lot of my family, and it was so nice. And I didn't play any World of Warcraft yesterday, and because I was spending time with family, it allowed me time to kind of forget about it and focus on other things that are important in life and things that are fun, and it was honestly a great time. And when we got back last night, I played some Path of Exile with the wifey, and just playing off stream, being able to go full ghoul mode and just chit chat a bit with the wifey while we're killing zombies in Path of Exile, that was a lot of fun. So I enjoyed yesterday. Then today, when it became time to stream, I suddenly felt kind of not good. I actually went for a nap, which is why my voice is a little different now. Instead of streaming, I went for a 1 or 2 hour nap because I suddenly didn't feel good. I was a bit dizzy, maybe almost a little bit nauseous. I couldn't eat, and that was pretty unusual. So yeah, I didn't really know what's going on, but I had the nap and felt better, had food, kissed my wife, a good evening, and now I'm here and I'm going to play on my Tauren. So what are the goals going forward, and how am I feeling? Well, I do think it sucks, and it sucked more. It sucks more and more. So I think there was a little bit of emotion suppression going on when I lost my character. I think I wanted to stay positive, that I didn't feel that bad towards my teammates, Annie, Dendy, and the 2 viewers, Milkheart and Earth. I think I didn't want anyone to feel any worse than they were. I didn't think I wanted to have Twitch chat or anyone that watches this on YouTube feel any worse than they already did. I've had a lot of outpouring of support for the character, almost like, you know, someone really died. It's just a video game character, right, guys? But I had a lot of support from people on Discord and Twitter and everything. And I really appreciate that, guys. You've made this journey very magical, and while this character's journey is over, in general, the journey is not. What are the goals going forward? January 18th is slated to be the first raiding day, and today we're on the 27th of December. That's a little more than 3 weeks away. That's a pretty rough schedule to get a character to level 60. Maybe they'll delay the raiding date if other people meet their untimely ends as well as I and some others did. And maybe that will be the raiding date. But there will be additional opportunities to join on raids, no doubt. And so I'm just gonna do the best I can to grow my Tauren Druid character, who is on the actual live server of Doomhall on the 20th anniversary edition. We were looking at my dead ghost just now. This was my bank alt, my undead rogue. I changed my mind. Didn't want to play rogue anymore. Didn't want to play undead anymore. It's going to be a Tauren Druid. And there he is. Long live the king. The king is dead. So what am I going to be doing here? Why did I pick Druid? Well, initially I thought I might want to play Orc. Because I've never played Orc yet in World of Warcraft. An Orc character would make sense for me because I'm Orc in Warcraft 3 and I always have been. So why did I pick Undead? Well, initially, Soda Popping told me that once you stick to a race, you have to stick to it. I was looking for a race that would have multiple classes that I might like playing. Just in case I would die on my Warlock, then I could play something else. And in my mind, that was going to be Rogue, Priest, or Mage. And I died on my Warlock at level 15, so I switched to Mage, and honestly, it's the most fun I've ever had with World of Warcraft. Oh my god, mages are so much fun. You can do AoE farming, you can contribute in dungeons. People love to have a mage on their team because you can control large mobs of creeps and mobs in dungeons. It's so valuable. You can mage teleport. You can teleport others. People beg you for teleports in cities, and I said yes to everyone when I was able to do so. I ported one time. I discovered the joy of an MMORPG and helping others when a level 14 asked me to teleport him to Thunderbluff. This was in the morning. I just woke up. I logged into WoW to admire my alive character, and he said, "Hey, yo, bro, can you spot me a teleport to Thunderbluff?" And I was like, "Of course, no problem." So I clicked teleport to Thunderbluff, and suddenly I was in Thunderbluff. Oops. I told him, "Yo, hold on, I accidentally teleported myself to Thunderbluff. Let me come back." So I teleport back to Orgrimmar, and I whisper him, "Can you come to the Valley of Spirits?" He's like, "Of course, I'm on my way." So, okay, I said, I'll meet you there. I teleport to the Valley of Spirits in Orgrimmar. I meet him halfway on the path as he comes to the high ground, and I leave the Valley of Spirits. Then I look through my mage book. I realize I don't have Thunderbluff allied portal. So I said, "Hold on, sir. I'm a new mage. Give me a moment." So I teleport back to Thunderbluff. I buy the ability to teleport allies because I was like level 54. I already have the Thunderbluff unlock to be able to teleport allies. I just didn't buy it yet. So I go back to Thunderbluff, get the portal, purchase the training, teleport back to Orgrimmar. He comes further to meet me, and I make a portal for him. The whole thing took more than 10 minutes maybe to realize everything and to meet each other. But hey, I helped a level 14 get to Thunderbluff fast, and that felt good, and I didn't charge him anything for it. Yeah, so after my mage died, I was thinking I'm probably gonna go priest or rogue, and I had already started making a rogue alternate. Actually, I wanted to make a warrior first, but chat said rogue might be more fun. But there was something about playing rogue that just didn't really appeal to me. So on that unfateful time where my undead mage died, I thought maybe I should go orc. I've always wanted to do orc shaman. I thought maybe I could do hunter or warlock again. I did a number of polls, pretending that this is in some way a total democracy. And I think hunter won in warlock, hunter, shaman. And then I did some other polls with rogue and warrior included. And I just kept running it back over and over and over. But really, I didn't really feel like playing any of these classes. Druid was a class that I had been thinking about playing. And why am I even considering other races than undead, by the way? Because I could do priest, rogue, or warrior. But I also kind of felt like the undeads, not all of them, but some of them, didn't deserve my points. Now, you know how this whole thing is an OnlyFans endeavor. It's this streamer collaborative guild, it's a content guild, and the 4 races of the Horde are juxtaposed against each other to perform the highest total points achievement, which is a self-chosen challenge and point system by OnlyFans the Guild, spearheaded by Soda Popping. Basically, the 4 races are in contest with each other in order to earn rewards. Basically, the guild is guild self-found, which means that we do not trade with non-guildies, but there are some exceptions. Soda Popping uses money and gets items from viewers, and he gets things on the auction house, and he then puts that in the tribute chest, and the tribute chest goes into a kind of raffle based on how many points every race achieves. And then when certain prizes are allocated towards each individual race, the leaders of those races will allocate items to their underlings, anyone that's a part of that guild. Now, whether this is distributed by merit, connections, meeting attendance, or need, I wasn't really too sure about it. But what I did know is that I was a top 150 performer in the guild in terms of points contribution. I had only died once, I had given more than 200 points, but I had never gotten a single item from the guild. Now, I tried to join the meetings, but the meetings were unfortunately not super to my liking, and I wasn't the only one that felt so. But even though maybe some people spoke up, including me, not much was changing. Now, what is my problem with the undead meetings? Why did I barely ever attend? Well, I tried it 4 or 5 times in a row, but usually when I joined the meeting, there was not a lot of constructive discussion going on, nor particularly fun roleplay. Usually after a few seconds, someone would start shouting, F you, F you, F you, and it would be so loud that I would kind of nope out of it because I didn't feel like we were achieving all that much. I think if it wasn't for the undisciplined nature of the meetings where people can't really have a conversation or some discussion with some standard discipline and rules, it might have been fun to join the meetings. I was really motivated to do my part, to add points to the guild, and to add points to Undead. And I was proud of the fact that Undead had the highest points total in the whole last 4 to 5 weeks that this thing has been going. But somehow, I was snubbed for all of the items. If you don't attend the meetings, or if you don't know the leadership, you won't get anything. So, the fair to me seems like if everyone puts in what they need, and then the guild leadership reviews what class everyone is, who is a good recipient for one or other things, and kind of discusses those things, maybe kind of organize it in a Discord, but that never happened. So I say, fuck them, I'm gonna join Torrent, maybe they need my help, and maybe they will have better meetings, hopefully. And hopefully those meetings will be fun, and hopefully the loot will be distributed better, and hopefully I can give them a lot of points. So, Tauren also has Druid, which is a class that I found interesting because it's quite versatile. You can do tanking, you can do damage, you can do healing. And what I'm gonna do, I'm not sure yet. I'll probably try everything out a bit. Now, because there's a little bit more time pressure than before, I am gonna be using Rested XP this time. If I actually hate it, I might turn it off, I don't know. And I'm still probably going to be verging from the optimal path from time to time to do my own thing, to run dungeons, do quests that I think are fun that I haven't done before, that may not be Rested XP optimal, but I think it'll be nice to take away a little bit of the confusion of how I'm going to be managing my quests and doing inefficient travel all over the map, especially now that I don't have the benefit of mage portals. No! I can't just teleport to Undercity and Orgrimmar anymore and so on. Though I did hear we get to teleport through to Moonglade, which is pretty damn cool. But certainly I've lost a lot of logistics. I don't even have a mount anymore. Ah! I don't have a mount anymore! I don't have carrot on a stick. But the good thing is, we are going to be having some cat form. I don't know exactly when, but we're going to have some mobility from that. And I'm going to be doing some of the early dungeons again. And now that I know the dungeons a little bit better, I'm going to be able to enjoy those. I'm looking forward to doing Ragefire Chasm and Wailing Caverns. But here's one very important thing. I need to forget all the vaunted power that my undead mage had. And I need to go back to humble mindset of being a level 4 druid warrior. For I have started leveling just a little bit on that fateful night. I'm level 4. It's a new beginning. And I need to get back into the humble mindset that level 6 mobs are scary. Which is crazy, because I was shitting on level 55 mobs before. I was AoE pulling 15 mobs at the same time. But we go back to the start. And I take on this journey with relish. It's been so much fun. You guys have been so supportive. let's get into it. I'll see you guys in the next videos. If you want to follow my journey live, check out my live stream on Twitch and you'll be seeing me there. Learning about a whole new class, learning about melee mechanics and Druid. Thanks for following me on this journey. Hope you had fun so far, and let's get into it and try to make raid level 60. Cheers.